Woo-wee, yabba dabba doo. Hey folks, welcome to another uneventful episode of this podcast. A podcast anybody can do. You just talk about your stupid week, you try to make it sound interesting, then you do some stupid topical news puns, and boom, bing bang boom. There you go. So I did get on stage twice this week. If you guys remember, I don't know who listens to this crap. I don't think anybody does. The last 2 weeks, I didn't get on because I was going to these stupid music open mics. Well, I was tired of it. I got to go somewhere else new. So Tuesday night came just as open mic I always wanted to check out, but it starts early. And I was thinking about it. I was being a fucking pussy. And I was like, finally, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going, man. I'm fucking going. It's not a bad drive. I never went because you had to leave early. So I leave out at 6-ish. It wasn't a bad drive. Pretty much you take the boulevard all the way to the end, the opposite side for me. And then you're on the highway for about a half a mile. And then you're in Conshohocken, which is this yuppie college area. And then you make a bunch of turns, and boom, you're there. It's a place called McSordick or something. It's in Ardmore, PA, and it's a college bar. It's mostly college kids go there. They look like they're not even in high school, these kids. They look so young. And yeah, I call them kids. That's coming from me. So I get there, and I see some kids playing pool, and I'm thinking, wow, they must be in the comics. There must be a lot of comics here. I saw like 8 people in the back playing pool, but they weren't the comics. They put the list out. Nobody signs up. I take the first spot. It looks like going on first. They go in order. I don't know. And pretty much the host is this chick who I've seen her in the city once before. I don't know her. And then this guy who runs it with her who's apparently her boyfriend. And he used to go to my open mic. And we used to be kind of friendly, and we don't talk anymore. There's a whole history behind that. But anyways, I didn't say hi to him. He didn't say hi to me. It was kind of awkward. It was like, whatever. Who cares? I've seen it before. So pretty much they had dollar wing night. And the wings were fucking big, man. That was the good news. Like, the wings were big. They were good. I got 12 garlic parm wings, and I got a Diet Coke for like $15. What a great country. But the only problem was the wings were temperature hot. They were kind of like lukewarm, but they were really good. So I devoured them at the bar, and then I went on first, and the open mic is out in the open. There's a pool table in the back. It's kind of loud, and people talk and crack jokes. And when I was there, I was in the bathroom, and this drunk college kid was like, hey, man, can I ask you a question? Like, how should I wear my sweater? Should I tie it all the way up and like a zipper in the middle? I was like, are you doing a bit, man? Like, are you trying to do a bit? He was like, yeah. He's like, I'm going on stage tonight. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He was like really drunk and high looking. So pretty much I went on first, and I do my topical news puns. And the audience liked that. I knew jokes I haven't done in a while. I didn't get a chance to try out because I haven't been on stage. So I'm doing the jokes, and people are like laughing. It's like, oh, that's good. I was getting good feedback. Like, that was a good one. And I had a good set. I didn't kill it, but I had a good set. Then I did a little bit some dirty stuff. You can go dirty there. So I did some other jokes. And I stayed for the whole show. They didn't have that many comics. There was only about not even 10. The show was over around 8:30 because it's an early mic. And that was it. I got home around 9-ish. So pretty much the only thing that happened was this kid, the same kid I was talking about that was in the bathroom, he brought eggs with him. And he was like, I'm gonna do this bit where I do 4 movie scenes. If anybody gets all 4 movie scenes, I'll give you $10. So he took out a cigarette, he didn't light it, and he dropped one of the eggs. And the eggs fucking fell on the floor and it cracked. So I took a picture of it and put it on my Instagram and went, I was that bad tonight? Like a joke, like someone threw an egg at me. And then nobody guessed it, and he ended up going off stage. It was a really weird bit. But anyways, that was the only thing that really interesting happened. And yeah, I like the open mic. I would like to go back maybe at least once a month. The drive is not great, but it's not bad either. And the only problem is I have to leave out early, but there you go. There's your Jack new open mic review, even though this open mic's been around for a while. So that was Tuesday night. Wednesday night, Dan Wolf called me and said he's definitely going to the Royal. He was like, my brother's in a band. He's performing that night. And on top of that, he was like, I want to go. He goes on stage with his brother around the holidays, and they do this whole bit that he wrote out when they talk about their dad being an asshole and self-hating Jews and stuff. And I said, oh, that sounds cool. All right, I'll go. So I get there, I grab number 9 off the table, and pretty much the host called my number, and within 5 or 6 spots, and I'm going on first. I was like, great, I'm going on first tonight, because the last fucking 2 or 3 times I went there, I got shitty spots, and I ended up going up. So I'm going up in Port Dan Wolf. He was number 16. He was like, damn, I'm not going to go until 11 o'clock at night. I can't stay for that. And I said, sorry, man, I can't stay that late. I didn't eat dinner. I'm hungry. And plus, that's just way too late for me. So anyways, I went on first, and something interesting happened. I got a standing ovation. No, I'm kidding. Something interesting happened. I got heckled by a musician. Now, usually most musicians are nice to me. They say things like, man, you got balls for going up there. And, comedy's more harder than music and stuff. So this guy's sitting there in the front. He's got a frumpy face. He's got like a fucking, he's dressed like Scrooge. He had Scrooge glasses on and a Scrooge hat. And he looked like a fucking asshole. He was grumpy the whole time. And I wasn't being offensive, by the way. I did my topical news puns. You guys saw the shorts. I did mostly puns. I did maybe like 2 dirty jokes that weren't that dirty. Like they're offensive. And then he starts saying stuff like, yeah, you probably do that. That's what you do. He was being a dick. And then finally he goes, you know what? I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk out. And I said, all right, well, if you want to walk out, you don't have to announce it. Go ahead, go walk out. And I'm going to play audio right now, unless you can't hear it. We'll try to do that with the power of editing. Boom. I'm going to have a stroke. Really? I think you're going to have one anyways. Okay, well, go outside and go jerk off. All right. That was awkward. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's not for everybody. Nice Sam Kinison haircut, by the way. That was mean. I'm just slashing out at people now. I listen. So that pretty much happened. It got awkward. So I did the rest of my set. I did get some laughs. As you guys saw, all the shorts did pretty good this week as far as views. 2 of them got 2,500 views. The Josh Jack channel, the Josh Jack Network channel, and the one on the Jack Comedy channel, I think they got like 1,400 or 1,500 views. So that's like 5,000, almost 6,000 views altogether. That's pretty fucking good, considering the fact that I was performing in front of 15, 20 people. So anyways, after the guy got out of there, I said, all right, well, I'm going to get out of here. And I got off stage, and one musician guy, Jason Paul Alger, whatever, he came over, and he came over and said, I don't know what the hell the guy's problem was. You didn't do anything wrong. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. And then Dan Wolf's brother's friend was like, I like the one joke you did about this. And then there was this cute chick there that had her boobs hanging out. When she was getting ready to leave, when he went on stage, that's right, he's a fellow performer, to do his thing, she sat next to me and said, you know what? I'm going to walk out of his set like he did to you. And I was like, yeah, that's the spirit. I was like, I would have leave too, yeah. So she left. So anyway, a couple people were on my side, and the dickbag host didn't take my side at all. You figure him being a comedian. He was like, give it up for Josh Jack. Well, I guess. Nah, probably not. And even though he was kind of joking, I thought that was a dick thing to do, because it's like, I didn't do anything wrong. This guy's a fellow performer, and he's heckling me, and they didn't say nothing to him. I mean, if I did that to somebody, they probably would have kicked me out. So anyways, I left around 10-ish. I told Dan Wolf I'm sorry. Dan Wolf said, yeah, I'm going to wait. First, he was going to leave. And I asked him how it went. He said that it wasn't worth it. He said at the time he went up, there was nobody in the room. It was awkward. He got some laughs. It was a long night. And I went to McDonald's afterwards. I got 2 McDoubles. And I tried to get a small Coke, but the idiot got me a small fry. So I went to the gas station across the street. I got a can of Coke Zero. And I devoured it. It was delicious. So that was pretty much that. And then Monday and Thursday, as you guys know, I went to the gym, did my Chipotle Bowl thing. Cool stuff. And last night, I did some deliveries. Just trying to make some extra money for the holidays. You guys know I make so much money doing this. I had hundreds of dollars of bills falling out of my pocket. People were like, dude, you got money falling out of your pocket. Whoa. I'm being sarcastic, of course. You don't make much. Most people don't tip. But anyways, so I started out at this Poppy store. It took 15 minutes for the food to get started. And then I dropped it off kind of in the ghetto. And then I was getting ready to leave. I had to park in front of this guy's house. And this big truck pulls up next to me. The guy's cursing me out. He's like, get the fuck out of my parking spot, man. Get the fuck out of my parking spot. So I was going to leave anyway. So I get in my car. I drive away. Hopefully I'm lucky to get shot. And then most of the deliveries were in my area. Most of them were short. Only one was like 15 minutes. And nothing interesting really happened. But I was picking up all this pizza. First I went to Papa John's. Then I went to Little Caesars. And then I went to Chicky and Pete's. And I was like, my car smelled like greasy pizza. And I was like, I got to get me a pizza. So I went to Chicky and Pete's on the boulevard where I usually go. And I ended my shift around 10-something. I got a, traditional pizza with the sauce on top. I got me a Diet Pepsi. And the dickbag that worked there, that fucker, he didn't give me a refill, of course. He knew I needed the refill, and I didn't want to tip him. but I wanted to keep my small bills. I actually had exact change in my pocket, so he's lucky I gave him anything. I only gave him like $3, but he's a fucking faggot, dude. So anyways, and I got home around 11ish last night, and then tonight, I'm not sure if I'm going to do deliveries. I'm at my sanctuary, the Target parking lot, and I think I'm going to head over and get me a steam steak because I'm hungry. I got a craving for a steam steak, yeah, pretty much that's that. And then after that, I might come back here, depending on how I feel. I might just hang out for a little bit and go home early, or I might do a few deliveries. We'll check back later. But anyways, this is the First But Yet Worst comedy podcast of Philadelphia. This is your favorite podcast show that most people don't listen to. And we'll see you on the next segment, you jerks. Stay put. All right, the excited aftermath. Wake, wake. I went to Steve Steaks after I recorded the podcast. I was tempted to get fries, but I wasn't that hungry. The douchebag almost gave my steak away to somebody. No, that was a mistake. Get it? And then I went back to Target, ate the steak over there, and then I didn't have to poop, but I waited till I had to go pee. I actually got some stuff there, some none of your business, and then I went to ShopRite to get me a steak for tomorrow. I'm not doing deliveries tonight. I just don't feel like it. I'm not going to make much money, and I'm just fucking tired. I don't even feel like going out tonight. The only reason why I went out tonight because I was hungry, and there's really not much to eat in the house. Anything in the house I wanted to eat. So that's that. Well, folks, here comes your least favorite segment. Let's get to the odd news. All right, let's get to the odd news, you jiggers. High roller sues Las Vegas casino after a real-life hangover experience. Guy woke up in handcuffs, $75,000 in debt. I guess he's all tied up. That was all right. A Costco manager's unexpected kindness turns a coat donation into a holiday surprise. Well, I guess you guys could pocket that story, but you could, something there. Sperm donor carrying rare cancer causing gene fathers nearly 200 children. I guess you could say his ball sack is a tropic of cancer. AI agent outperforms human hackers in Stanford cybersecurity experiment. I don't have a joke for that. Self-administered concentrated hydrofluoric acid anemia while intoxicated from intransial cocaine administration. What the fuck am I reading right now? Archives teamed up with dolphins to hunt salmon. Study finds. Viagra for Women hits the shelves 30 years after. Viagra for Women, isn't that BBC and Being Rich and over 6 feet tall and all that stuff? I don't know. It's ironic when somebody starts selling the solution to a problem is a major part of creating. Marco Rubio bans calibrate font for the State Department. Man claims he's teleported into a stolen car. I guess he was doing time traveling. I don't know. Listen, you do a podcast, you see how easy it is. GameStop says it's trade anything day. Let customers to bring in a goose and a bombat, etc. That's pretty funny. Those animals. Skydiver's parachute gets caught on a plane wing at 15,000 as jump goes wrong. Oh boy. I guess they were, I don't know, there's a joke there somewhere. I guess they were on top of the... Feds bring woman to U.S. to face charges and say she's here illegally. Trump 2028, in and out, Nixon's 67 from ticket to the 6-7 trend. Oh, yeah. All these kids are saying 6-7, yeah. Swedish musician teaches a highly intelligent octopus to play the piano. I guess they had their hands all over the place. Taliban detains 4 men dressed up as Peaky Blinders characters. Gives them rehabilitation. Man dies of rabies after kidney transplant from donor who saved a kitten from a skunk. That story stinks. This podcast stinks. Red jellyfish floating above Storms freak out on the internet. NASA reveals the science behind the shock. Dro drops crab leg steak in Old Bay inside state prison. Drone delivery. Okay, let's read that. $28 million of cocaine found in a hidden off boat on Miami Beach. Wow, that's a lot of coke. A seal gallops into a bar. The bartender says, "Grab the salmon." That's a good joke. Trump flag statue gets pulled from Texas. Oh, I read that last week. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Rescuers save hikers stuck in there for hours. They're freezing quicksand. That's ice cold. No. Ethiopia arrests 9 social media stars over indecent attire at the Creative Awards event. Charlotte Brewery Odor was accused of breaking into a home and raping a child. Why are 38% of Stanford students say they are disabled? I don't think there's anything really else. Let's see. Giant purple dinosaur caught flipping on TV. Rosie O'Donnell? Alright, folks. Well, that's it. That's the end of the show. Hope you guys enjoyed none of this. I'll see you folks on the next one. You just listened to, and we're out of here. Go freak yourself, Cuppy.